Outside the Capitol today, groups on either side of a hot-button issue gathered to make their voices heard. The issue, gender-affirming care for minors. Earlier this year, the ACLU sued Children's Hospital Colorado over its decision to stop providing gender-affirming surgery for patients over the age of 18. The lawsuit says the hospital violated anti-discrimination laws in refusing to provide medically necessary surgeries for patients older than 18. Children's Hospital Colorado has reiterated its commitment to providing quality care for all patients, regardless of the gender identity. But the conversation about how best to treat children who may be gender diverse, well, that continued outside the Capitol today. Your reporter Michael Abeyta joining us live. And Michael, both sides of this issue, people on both sides are saying this conversation is really all about doing what is best for kids.
Yeah, that's right, Kelly. And today there were a lot of tense moments as people talked about their respective side of this issue in an environment where there are a lot of emotions running high.
Love yourself the way you are. Accept yourself the way you are.
Jesus always stood with the outcast, always stood with the marginalized.
Saturday at the Capitol, the ideological lines were drawn metaphorically and physically. On the bottom of the steps were a small crowd advocating for trans rights.
Jesus is standing here right with us today in support of trans people to live their lives, to live their true, authentic selves, and for kids to be protected from these religious right-wingers.
Natural feelings of discomfort are now pathologized.
On the top is another small group who wants the state to restrict gender-affirming care access to adults only.
If these children can't consent, they live with lifelong complications and regret for some of these decisions that they made at 12 years old.
Gays Against Groomer held the rally on the top of the steps, which attracted the counter-protesters. They say they aren't anti-trans, but they think decisions about gender-affirming care should be made when people are adults.
We have trans members in our organization that know what it's like and don't think that it's appropriate for children.
But their opponents say they're a hate group who just wants to control people.
And it's control over bodies. Gender expansiveness scares them at such a deep level.
And while nothing was settled on Saturday, at least everyone got to exercise their First Amendment rights.
We affirm and love trans people, their courage to live their lives as they are, their courage to stand up against this kind of hate for them.
Leave our kids alone, and the more the LGBTQIA+ inclusive community pushes this on children, the more blowback we as gays and lesbians receive.
Now, the Colorado State Patrol was on hand to make sure that everybody got to express their First Amendment rights safely and return home. In Denver, Michael Abeyta, covering Colorado First.
Michael, thank you.